All right, and good day of the week, listeners. It is a special little podcast we've got here today. And if you can't tell by the music, it's our anniversary. So sit back and enjoy as we enter into Final Thoughts Media Podcast Edition. All right, then. Man, it's crazy to think that it's been exactly a year. It's crazy. My first episode went up on July 5th, and obviously this isn't July 5th, but I took a break. I took a little break because it was the holiday. I was trying to enjoy friends and family and do that type of thing. And as you'll see in the future of this episode, I had a great time. So today we are going to be doing Helluva Boss episode 2, and I'm really excited about it. But I wanted to go ahead and say happy birthday to the channel. It's been a nice long little ride. I went back and forth on it whenever I was first starting out. Didn't know if I really wanted to do it. Didn't know if I was going to have any success with it or anything like that. And you got to really realize what success is. Do I think I can do better? Yeah. Yeah, I do. But I'm really happy where I'm at. I'm happy with the subscribers that I do. I'm happy with the people that have listened. And I'm glad that I'm starting to find my niche here with the YouTube series and, still doing movies. I may have steered away a little bit from my original thing of going with videos and video games and books and stuff of that nature, but who knows what the future has for us? I'm just really happy that I'm here and now, and everything's going really, really well with the show. Um, Man, what can I say? Why am I? The question is why am I still doing this, right? Well, one, it's a great hobby. It gets kind of the stress of the week, the stress of the day, or the stress of the minute off of me, and I can kind of use it as that kind of stress relief. But also, it's a creative outlet, and I'm able to do a lot with it. I have so much control, and if you know me, I'm kind of a control freak, and I love it. 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 But either way, yeah, little backstory of how this thing got started. I was trucking at the time, and I was just like, you know what? I want to make some YouTube videos. I've got a lot of things I like to talk about, and I think that people would like to listen. I mean, obviously, somebody wants to listen. They've been listening since day one, and I'm really happy to have the people that I've got. It was originally just going to be movies because I really enjoyed movies, and I want to get my critical thinking and analytics and all that stuff. I want to get those skills, you know, be a little bit better. But, like I said, things have changed. Now I'm doing shows, YouTube shows, and eventually I might change to something else. Who knows? But right now I'm still reviewing things that I love. So, what else happened this week? So I don't know if I told y'all, but I got the new comic book for Static Shock, or just Static technically. And you know how bad it is being a grown child, a man child, and not being able to read your comic books because you have work and other responsibilities. It's just a sad day. Like it's always been said, you gotta leave childish things behind, but I never thought I would legitimately have to be forced to leave these things behind in order to go and do what I want to do or what I have to do or whatever it might be. I really do want to read these comics. I want to read my books. I want to watch my movies, but like I said, right now I'm in that part of my life that I'm just trying to, do better for myself. But other than that, what else can I say? Happy birthday, Final Thoughts Media. Let's get into it. Alright, so like I said, we're doing Helluva Boss episode 2. The It is a 2020 production by VisiPop. It is 16 minutes and 12 seconds long. The cast is Brandon Rogers as Blitz, Richard Stephen Horvitz as Moxie, Vivian Nixon as Millie, Erica Linebeck as Luna, Bryce Pinkham, Bryce as Stolas, Barrett Wilbert Weed as Octavia, and Alex Brightman as Fizzaroli. I'm hoping I'm saying any of these things right. I pray so. The description is still the same as last time. Follow Blitzo as he attempts to run a startup killing company in a very competitive market, along with his weapons specialist Moxie, his powerhouse Millie, and his receptionist Hellhound Luna. With the help of an ancient book obtained by one of the princes of hell, they manage to make their work possible, and together they attempt to survive each other while trying to keep their business afloat. So, this episode starts out with a look back into the time of younger Octavia, who is Stolas' daughter, and Stolas is actually the Prince of Hell that they get the book from. And she had a bad dream as a kid. She couldn't find her dad, and it really messed her up. And this whole scene was just as wholesome as you could really get for this show. He sings her a beautiful song, and honestly, he's just being a good father, trying to console his daughter, get her to go to sleep. Not like, oh, just go to sleep, you brat, but hey, kid, you're good. I'm always going to be here for you. Like, there's nothing in this world or in this underworld that can prevent me from being with you and being there for you. The song is called Will You Be Okay by Sam Haft. Then we get back to reality, or at least their reality, where the backlash of Stolas and Blitz's relationship is really starting to come into fruition. It truly is ruining Octavia's family and causing major daddy issues in her, and that is to be expected. Again, when you have a father that is really high in rank and very important, but is going around and not only dishonoring the family, but causing your mother, or causing your mother so much pain, and then you're just confused. There's a lot going on with it, and I truly understand. I can empathize, but I've never had it, but I'm just empathizing. Octavia turns inward and becomes a gothic emo teen, and she's just trying to live life in a dysfunctional house without really actually getting involved in her parents' fights. Yet, just like any father attempting to do something parental, but they're so detached from the time that's been passing, Stolas drags her to the place where he remembers to be the most happy. While getting security for them, however, he explains that the Goetia family is very valuable and hot, then proceeds to cause his daughter even more trauma by calling Blitz. And that's where just everything goes downhill. Blitz is being his normal impish self, getting off with puppets. I said it right. He is literally getting off with puppets when he gets the call, and it's just one joke after another till Luna, probably the only one who'd actually really vibe with Octavia, says the one thing that everyone's thinking.
Eminem, get in here! We're going to Lululand!
Lululand?
Lululand! Lululand!
Shut the fuck up!
Millie is still my favorite character, and she is so relatable, seeing the world that she remembers, is crumbling around her, yet she still finds the joy and the wonder in this place. Speaking of which, for the 4th of July, like I said, I took a break because I went with my friends and we went to Six Flags. It was actually my first time going to Six Flags, and I got this really sick henna tattoo. If you want to see it, check me out on Instagram. We come back and we meet the mascot Lulu, and VisiPop, speaking through Octavia, just throws a whole shade bomb at Disney with the question if Lululand was just a ripoff of Lulu World, and then Octavia saying it just reeks of corporate shame. Gosh. I feel like Millie and Moxie, when they went on their first ride, it's just a precursor to what me and my significant others would be doing. Like I would take them to some place like Busch Gardens and then take them on the most terrifying ride that I could think of or have ever been on. It's called the Griffin. And if you don't know what the Griffin is a roller coaster, obviously, and it goes 90 degrees straight down at 75 miles per hour at 205 feet in the air. So yeah, it's kind of a, put your balls in your throat type thing in it. Ooh, ooh. Like I said, I'm getting flashbacks because I also went on the Red Hawk this weekend, and that was a lot of fun because it was a 180-foot drop at like 60, 70 miles per hour. But instead of it being a roller coaster, you're instead in a harness and you're just looking straight down. Like your body is you just do a free fall versus you being held in a thing made of metal. Now you're held by still some metal, but it's not, the metal's not around you. You have a vest and you're holding on for dear life as you just plummet. That's all I can say. Oh man. And then we go back and we go to the circus app where we get a new character, Fizzaroli, who reminds me a lot of my favorite character in all of cartoondom. And if you can't guess, well, I'm just gonna laugh anyways. Oh, and just in Helluva Boss fashion, Blitz's antics cause another thing to go up in flames as he tries to kill Fizzaroli and causes nothing but mass chaos. But this isn't for nothing. It does cause Stolas and Octavia to have this heart-to-heart, which exposes the insecurities of Octavia as she feels that one day her dad will be gone and she won't be able to find him still. But this being more complex, saying that he'll be gone with Blitz and leave her alone and never find her, and that's real. I know a lot of people with that fear of just different people, and I understand how bad that can be. This leads to more reassurance and bonding that truly did build both characters in a lot of ways. And again, this being a 16-minute episode, there wasn't really a lot to unpack. It was pretty simple. So my final thoughts. Like I said, simple episode, some good character building, and not really a lot to move the story of this. There is a story, but there's not. You have to really look into it. But what would I give it? Probably a 7. Man, I wish I could have given this a 10 on our anniversary, but I couldn't. I would give it a 7. Like I said, there wasn't really much meat to this. So there wasn't really much wrong, but there just wasn't anything to it. So that's my final thoughts on it. Man, oh man, oh man. What a week. And we got to do it all again tomorrow. But, hey, that is what it is. Happy birthday to us, right? Thank you for joining me for another glorious episode of Final Thoughts Media. And thank you for being there for our anniversary. You can find me on Instagram at Final Thoughts Media or YouTube at Final Thoughts Media. Leave a comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see y'all in the next episode. Yeah.